for giving me this opportunity. A very good morning to all of you. At the outset, I would like to thank Dr. Arup for giving me this opportunity to be a part of such a popular IC. I'll be talking about management of claustrophobic, uncooperative patient. So, why does the patient become uncooperative during a cataract surgery? It's very important to find out the causes before labeling a patient uncooperative. We have to rule out causes like pain, anxiety, claustrophobia, hypoxia, which could be because of the anesthetic drug that you've given, a distended bladder, or dementia. Now, what's claustrophobia? It is an anxiety disorder where the patient gets a panic attack because patient is scared of closed spaces. Just look at this video. Can I have the volume, please? Audio. No, not the music. So you can see that this patient has been draped, and as soon as the patient was draped, the patient, we don't have the audio here, but what's happening, I've written here, the patient has started saying that I'm feeling faint, and you can see an increased respiratory rate, which indicates the patient is getting a panic attack. And the surgeon as well as the anesthetist has been in conversation with the patient and has already given injection midazolam, which is usually given in such situation. And despite that, what is happening is that we are not able to proceed with the surgery. We're not going to get the volume, audio. So this is what has happened, that the drape had to be removed. So before we look at how to proceed in these cases, let's see another situation where the patient is a pre-diagnosed case of So he's a pre-diagnosed case of claustrophobia. He's come to my clinic and he says that I need a cataract surgery, but I am very scared of closed spaces. I can't even travel in a crowded bus. So how are you going to plan my surgery? So let's look at what was done to manage these patients. Now, for this, we need to give these patients where you know that the patient has claustrophobia, a trial of draping can be given in like what's being done in this patient. He was told what to expect during the surgery. So after the trial of draping, what basically is required is sedation. These patients require sedation, and Dexmed is a drug of choice in these cases. It is to be given as a slow infusion. You need to have an infusion pump for that. If you have the facility of an cardiovascular monitoring and an infusion pump, then this drug Dexmed 1 milligram per kg body weight to be given as slow infusion. It's an alpha-2 adrenoceptor agonist, and it's to be, this is the dose I've already mentioned, and it needs to be titrated. So now, what is important is it requires 10 minutes to act. The infusion is given slowly. It requires 10 minutes, and it requires cardiovascular monitoring. The infusion is going on, and the patient's pulse, BP, and oxygen saturation is under monitor. So that much of time is required, 10 minutes. So the patient is sedated, you can say, and one of the common problems that you can expect with these sedated patients is snoring and sudden, unexpected, involuntary movements. Now, though the patient is sedated, it's not a very deep sedation. Patient's motor activities are maintained. You can see the patient snoring, and now the real thing, draping, getting him draped. Now, while he's getting draped, what the problem in claustrophobia is that the patient is scared of closed spaces. So you got to avoid that. here, how is it being avoided? We have maintained the sterility of the area of surgery on the other side, while this becomes the anesthetist side. The anesthetist is in eye contact with the patient. You can see patient is so apprehensive with the kind of expressions that he is giving. He is constantly talking to the anesthetist, and the drape has been lifted up away from his nose, his face, and I'll show you gradually. This drape is lifted up, tented up, and it is taped to at a higher point. In between, the patient dozes off. So a constant conversation is required. Now, here I'm doing the surgery, patient is comfortable. Here the sterility of the area of surgery is completely maintained. Nothing is happening here. I'm constantly talking to the patient. Patient is comfortable, I'm comfortable. And on the other side, you will see the anesthetist is sitting on a stool. Here, this is the way, sitting constantly in conversation with the patient. So this is how this area is completely open the other side, and patient does not get that feeling. So these are some of the disadvantages. That is snoring, I've already mentioned. This drug also gives the benefit of being an antiemetic and analgesic. The first patient that I had shown you who became uncooperative intraoperatively, we didn't have a slow infusion pump ready. So injection propofol was given in the dose of 0.5 milligram per kg. It had to be slowly given and titrated, and even that patient, we could complete the surgery. I think I'm finding some problem with the... Yeah, so this patient also could be draped after sedation. They are not completely knocked out, but patient becomes comfortable. So both the patients were very, very happy after the surgery.